What's up guys, and welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here then welcome to our little corner of the internet. Today we're watching top 10 most annoying inventions ever. Let me tell you, I have them days when I get annoyed over very small things, so I'll be the judge of this one. But if they're so annoying, why were they invented? Are these like inventions that people use, or are they inventions that were made and nobody used because they were I don't know. I don't know what we're getting ourselves into, but let's see what this video is about.
What is this?
It's a Juicero.
I'm sorry, I don't know what that word means.
It's a new word.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for inventions that probably should have stayed unmade. These inventions are well known and infamous, but they're not necessarily dangerous.
10 billion pods were sold in 2014 alone. Almost all ended up in landfill.
Number 10, Venetian blind sunglasses. Also known as shutter shades, this style was advertised
Oh, I remember these. This was a big thing too.
as early as 1942.
I never had a pair of these bad boys, but I mean, they look pretty stylish.
And they rose to mainstream popularity in the 1980s. Venetian blind sunglasses appeared in several music videos from the decade, and then they thankfully died out for about 20 years. But in 2007, Kanye West wore them in the music video for his song Stronger and restarted the unsightly trend.
Let's get lost tonight. You could be my black Kate Moss tonight.
Shutter shades were everywhere in the late
Was that how they became like famous again? I had no idea.
2000s, despite the vision obstruction and lack of UV defense.
To be honest, I probably didn't even know who Kanye was in 2007, because I didn't know anyone from like the American pop culture or hip hop culture or any culture for that matter, because I was 6 years old.
Maybe these accessories should stay in the past for good this time. Number 9, HeadOn. Homeopathic medicines don't always work, and HeadOn gives us a perfect example of that.
HeadOn, apply directly to the forehead. HeadOn, apply directly to the forehead.
This as seen on TV product made by Mirrorless Healthcare initially claimed to be a topical cure for headaches. However, the stick of wax actually did nothing. Later ads edited out all mentions of benefit.
HeadOn is available without a prescription at retailers nationwide.
And let's not forget that awful commercial that spawned parody videos, memes, and endless jokes. That commercial alone is much more likely to give you a headache than to cure one. Wait.
I was about to say, if the advertisement is just that, like, HeadOn, apply directly to the forehead. HeadOn, apply directly to the forehead. That's enough to give me a headache.
How am I supposed to apply this again?
Oh, that's great!
Number 8, Bumpit. If you paid any attention to women's hairstyles back in the 2000s, chances are you remember Bumpits.
Do you go through a can of hairspray trying to get that full volumized look? Then bump it up with Bumpits.
Taking inspiration from 1960s bouffant hairstyles, the Bumpit aimed to add height to hair without the hassle of teasing it. However, it often slipped out of place and it never looked quite as good as the hair on those 60s glamour icons. The Bumpit faded from view during the worsening Great Recession in 2009.
Imagine being able to create today's hottest hairstyles in seconds. And they're so easy to use. Anyone can be a stylist.
But that didn't stop Time magazine from calling it one of the 50 worst inventions of all time. Unfortunately, celebrities are bringing the hairstyle back in the 2020s. You can see Bumpits gaining traction on stars like Anne Hathaway and Angelina Jolie, whether you like them or not.
Wear Bumpits.
This is something that I have probably seen, because I remember my mom used to have a lot of hair things, but I don't remember these as well as like the donuts that you put in your hair to make the ponytail thing. I used to use them too. But this, it kind of looks good, not gonna lie.
It's anywhere, every day. They're the easiest, most versatile hair accessory you've ever worn.
Number 7, Juicero. A stunning display of unnecessary technology. Juicero was founded in 2013 with the goal of squeezing the healthy juice craze for all it was worth.
Juicero.
Wow.
The easiest, freshest, most delicious way to get juice.
For several $100s, you could buy a Wi-Fi connected juicing machine with an app, but it couldn't even juice anything you wanted.
It will take a couple of minutes for the press to make the juice.
It only worked with its own brand of produce packs, which were later exposed to create the same exact product when opened by hand. No need for a QR code, an app, or a Wi-Fi connection.
That's crazy.
No one was shocked when the company folded just 4 years later in 2017.
I think that Juicero was killed in the first inning, right? And, you know, normally a baseball game is 9 innings. this was killed in the first inning.
Number 6. Plastic shopping bags.
They're very light, they float around, they get twisted around things. They're one of the most difficult things to recycle.
In the 1950s, paper and cloth bags were the only options for use in grocery stores. But paper bags in particular was seen as bad for the environment because of deforestation, and cloth bags were expensive. Swedish engineer Sten Gustaf Thulin invented plastic bags as an environmentally friendly solution. Even though these new bags were
What? They were first made as an environmentally friendly solution?
sturdier and cheaper than paper, they were still pretty flimsy. Plastic shopping bags soon took over, and now they're one of the biggest contributors to landfills and ocean pollution. And when they finally do break down, we get dangerous microplastics.
Plastic bags blowing in the wind have become a litter problem nationwide.
Number 5. Selfie sticks. Even before the rise of the smartphone, selfies
I would have never guessed that plastic bags were made as a friendly, like as an environmentally friendly option. Weird, crazy. That's wild.
taken on other cameras were popular. The downfall was that your arm could only stretch out so far, so the background will definitely be cut off. In 1983, after Japanese engineer Hiroshi Ueda had his camera stolen in a museum, he patented the first selfie stick, called an extender stick. Now he wouldn't have to rely on strangers to take pictures of the whole family. To Ueda's disappointment, the invention didn't catch on, but you just wait a couple decades and you'll find selfie sticks everywhere, especially in the hands of tourists.
We're used to selfies, but what about the stick? What do you think of the stick?
The stick is awesome.
They quickly became sources of ridicule and annoyance. They're even banned at many museums, historical sites, and concert venues. Number 4, new.
Really? I didn't know that.
Coke. Coca-Cola has gone through quite a few changes since it was introduced in 1886. The least popular change came in 1985 when senior executives thought the drink needed revamping for a new audience.
After a century of dominating the world's soft drink market, Coca-Cola is changing.
New Coke was sweeter than Coca-Cola Classic and it performed well in blind taste tests. But when it launched to replace Classic Coke, the market exploded in a fury.
It's a hit, it's a Coke. Coke is it.
Consumers thoroughly objected to the change. Angry letters and phone calls flooded the offices. The backlash was so severe that Classic Coke returned 79 days later. New Coke hung around a few years but was gone by 2002.
Is Coke nervous? Not at all. We've never had more fun in our life.
Number 3, pop-up ads. Ethan Zuckerman was a developer at a tech startup in the 1990s when
Oh yeah, whoever invented pop-up ads, stop it. You need to stop it. Wait, is the YouTube ads called pop-up ads as well? But you know, when I download like a mini game or something on my phone and I can't even get through 3 levels without having ads pop up, it's very, very frustrating, to say the least. So. And then you have to pay if you don't want ads, and I don't want to pay because I just want to play a game in peace for maybe like a few hours or a day. So, yeah. That was my rant of the day.
he noticed a problem. Companies didn't want their online advertisements to be directly associated with every website they appeared on. The solution? Have the ads appear in a different window. But as advertising efforts became more aggressive, users grew to hate pop-ups. By the mid-2000s,
okay, you mean this type of pop-up. Yeah, very annoying as well.
Most internet browsers had a built-in function for blocking pop-ups. In 2014, Zuckerman wrote a lengthy article in The Atlantic apologizing for his creation. Even the very developer who created this nuisance hates them. Number 2, single-use coffee pods. The most popular brand of single-use coffee pods is also the original manufacturer. Keurig started making K-Cups in 1997. The product immediately took off, showing consumers just how easy making coffee could be. But there are drawbacks to the invention. Most pods are not recyclable or biodegradable. If you want to try to recycle the containers, you need to separate each material.
And then inside you have the organic matter, you have the paper filter, and you have the coffee. So it's really a challenge to recycle.
And even then, not all pieces can be reused or recycled at home. Billions of K-Cups end up in
I'm pretty sure that this could be fixed.
Landfills every year. John Sylvan, the inventor of the pods, regrets it.
About 10 billion pods were sold in 2014 alone. Almost all ended up in landfills.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, Clippy. Sometimes good intentions can have terrible effects. One example is the Microsoft Office Assistant introduced in Microsoft Office 97.
I have not had the chance to meet Clippy, but he seems like a very nice guy.
Would you like some help? I used to help people all day long. Remember how helpful I was?
The most
Okay, that's a little bit creepy, but still seems like a nice guy.
notorious incarnation of the assistant was Clippit, most commonly known as Clippy. Most users weren't too familiar with computers when Clippy debuted and offered help. Developers thought they were driving widespread consumer literacy. But Clippy's advice was often unrelated to the project, and consumers soon grew to hate the intrusive, annoying, unwanted, shape-shifting, sentient paperclip.
Is there any way to turn that moronic paperclip off?
Memo to Bill Gates. If that paperclip pops up one more time, I can't take that thing anymore. I quit.
The feature's
Poor Clippy.
last appearance was in Microsoft 2003, or 2004 for the Mac version. Yet Clippy lives on in our bitter memories forever.
Go away, you paperclip! No one likes you!
What pesky inventions interrupt your day-to-day life? Let us know in the comments.
I said apply a head-on directly to your goddamn forehead.
Okay, chill. I think this was so interesting. I never knew that plastic bags were invented to be, you know, an environmentally friendly option. That kind of threw me off. And a lot of these things were, you know, like these. I didn't even remember these existed until now. Interesting, for sure. Guys, please leave your thoughts in the comments below on this one. Thank you for joining me for this video. I really hope you liked it. And please leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!